afternoon, everyone. Keep firing here. Today I'm getting a chance to do something I've been looking to do for a good little while is ballistic gel test. I'm using the 10% FBI gel blocks from Clear Ballistics. You can hear my son in the background. Uh, I've been looking to put these in the gel blocks for a while. Biggest reason is I've never been one to just take what I hear on the internet and assume that's fact. If I want to see something for a fact, if it works, I put it to use myself. I'm spending my own money on the ammo as well as the gel blocks. So I'm going to see how it all meshes out. Primarily, I'm using 4 different bullets today. The host gun, for the sake of consistency, will be my Bravo Company 11.5-inch SBR. The different types of rounds I plan on using today to give an equal variation. The first will be Barnes 223 55 grain TSX, which is a great bullet. Barnes makes really good ammo. Moving up in grain weight, I have another 223 variant. I apologize, I do not have my box with the lot number on there, but this is Speer bonded 223 62 grain. Jacket assault point. Moving up to the tried and true 5.56 pressure Mike 855 Lake City. I think this has actual 05 head stamp, so I've had this ammo for a while, but that's your actual Mike 855 steel core, steel penetrator. And then we'll finish it off with Black Hills 77 grain OTM. Being an open tip match, 77 grain from Black Hills has lended itself as a very accurate round, definitely extended ranges, and has the benefit of the bullet, the way it is designed, to give you excellent terminal ballistics as well. So I'm going to put all of them in my ballistic gel blocks to see what the bullet actually does once it hits a target. Now, 10% ballistic gel. There are some caveats to it. One primarily is your temporary wound cavity doesn't show up as well in ballistic gel. I never want to ever consider ballistic gel test to be 100% of exactly what your rounds will do, because rounds will need to go through hide, bone, rivets on a jacket of a deadly threat, buttons, cotton. All of these things can affect how a bullet performs. It's important to know construction of said projectiles. If we're looking at Barnes, their TSX round is a all copper round. So it's a solid copper bullet. In regards to that, that's going to give you all the weight retention in most cases you're going to want. It definitely will give you the penetration, and they'll stay together in a lot of cases. Similar concept, I guess, if you look at it when you're getting into the 62 grain Speer. Speer is a unicore, so the actual jacket is bonded to the actual bullet itself, the actual lead. In that regard, that has proved to have very good results as well. It's actually my defense round that I use in my home as well. The Barnes is a secondary. They're both great rounds, make no mistake about it, in that regard. Then considering a round that anybody in most cases can get access to at any local gun store is a Mike 855 variant, whether it be Mike 855, if you're lucky enough to get a hold of Mike 855 A1. Things to consider, that round, it has definitely put a lot more people in the dirt than I could probably ever count. But consider the actual terminal ballistics if it is the best choice for you. I'm using a 11.5-inch gun for my test. Most people out there are starting to buy a little bit more of the AR pistols with the AR, with the braces. So the compressed barrel length will definitely affect your velocity. Now, certain rounds require a certain velocity for expansion threshold to be able to expand reliably in their media, in their threat, so that the rounds don't over penetrate, and that's what you're looking to try to minimize. The FBI testing requires 12 to 18 inches to be the sweet spot for a projectile for penetration. Today I'm just doing bare gel. Next week I'll try to get some media testing. I'll try to do it as best I can. Today I'm doing it from 20 feet, and then I'm going to do it again at 20 yards to see how the variation, how the expansion and penetration depths may change with growing distance. I'm not doing anything further than 20 yards. I think that'll probably be outside of the realm of normalcy for average citizens for use of defensive use. Now, could you say somebody could use one at 100 yards? Yeah, but can you possibly identify that threat at 100 yards? And that's something you have to consider. And I'm not going to try to go into the minutia of use of force at that distance, because that definitely becomes a very gray area very quick, and I am not a lawyer, so in that regard, just to show, I'm using 2 blocks of gel, just in case rounds get a little further than I anticipated. I have a second block that'll help capture that. So, hope that's enough talking for me. I hope this information is valuable to those who are deciding on rounds that they're going to use for their AR pistols or the SBRs to defend themselves, their families, and their homes. We're going to get ready to light it up. So I'm going to turn the camera off. Next thing you'll be showing is me starting with a 55 grain Barnes into the ballistic gel.